Whew, all right. I am back on here, y'all. I had a technical malfunction happening, but I am back on here. But what I was about to talk about, because we had got to the part in the video where we was talking about the fact that Dr. Bryant, Dr. so-called Bryant, Dr. allegedly Bryant, basically I feel like a big part of the problem that a lot of people have with her is just the faking. She got on there, she got on a lot of different type of shows. She got on the Funky Friday show, she got on the Nick Cannon show, and she just let everybody, you know what I'm saying, have it. She tried to act like she was very, very much so holier than thou. She spoke in a degrading manner. She spoke in a way that was very disrespectful to the man who she was talking to and the women she was talking to. I'm not just talking about men, I'm just saying in general. She spoke very disrespectful to the people that she was talking to. And I think that the problem is that, when you talking on like this based on doctoral, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have, yeah, you do gotta prove it. You can't just say, well, no, I don't have to prove it to nobody. Yeah, I would say you kind of do. I would say if you spent all this time making sure you was in the public eye flossing, then yeah, absolutely. I would say, you absolutely have to. So I think that it's one of those things where it's easy to say, you don't have to prove something, but I think it's a lot harder to take accountability when you done did some shit and now it done got called out. You know what I'm saying? But I want to keep everything going with this video too. I want to finish y'all this because it was a lot of stuff that
this should put this issue to bed.
Cheyenne Bryant has got a degree. Plot twist, it's Fugazi. The Cheyenne
and this is Torre. He has so many videos as it relates to her because he was on a radio show with her. Well, like a show with her, a podcast show with her. And, he had quite the experience with her when he was on there. But since this whole thing has came out, the Torre show has kind of turned to the allegedly Dr. Cheyenne Bryant show. So he got a lot of videos on there, but shout out to him. So I just want y'all to see what he got to say about this.
Bryant's story keeps metastasizing, so we have to keep covering it. So we are back in the sunken place with Miss Cheyenne. I heard that Miss Cheyenne Bryant had finally gotten a doctorate from a university, not from Amazon, but from an American university.
Indiana Southwest Christian University is an institution that I am the president of. It's a private Christian university. It's not like secular universities that offer a vast array of subjects like business and biology. It only offers subject matters that pertains to fields in ministry, spiritual counseling, theology, Christian education, church administration, sacred music, Christian art, canon law, church communications, spirituality, and social. We only offer religious-based degrees, pointed. And we are recognized by the state of Indiana.
Okay, so they're accredited. That's good.
So a religious institution or a private Christian university can apply for religious exemption that allows them to operate without any formal secular accreditation.
Oh, they're actually not accredited outside of the religious world. Okay.
We have accreditation, but it is not recognized by the United States Department of Education.
So they're not accredited?
No.
Okay.
So for this particular case, we decided to offer a Doctor of Psychology degree to theocentric psychology. This particular case is a very profound case. I took the initiative upon myself because she has 2 honorary doctorate degrees.
Yeah, you did.
I took the initiative upon myself to give her a earned doctorate degree. If you go back to her previous video, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. I'm a doctor of psychology. So that was the primary reason why the degree is classified as a doctor of psychology, because I wanted to validate her self-fulfilled prophecy.
Dr. Alleged Bryant,
They're
Self-fulfilled prophecy. Oh, she a prophet now too, on top of being a doctor. Oh, okay. I mean, you might as well throw them all in there if you're gonna put up, I mean, if you're gonna be one, you might as well be them all, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she might as well be a surgeon too, right?
individuals who doubted the validity of her degree.
Me, I'm individuals.
And me too. Yeah.
Your university doesn't give doctors of psychology, but you've given one, and that one is to Cheyenne Bryant.
We provide doctor of psychology degrees, but it's rare that students elect to pursue that degree.
How many doctors of psychology have you given ever?
Only one.
Wait a minute. No. It's a difference between rare and it never happens. It's a difference between rare and this the only time it has ever happened. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. You can't say it's rare.
What?
So literally, the university was created.
And who's that one? Is it Cheyenne Bryant?
Cheyenne Bryant.
How many doctors have you given out total since May?
Only one.
So in the history of this school, which started
in May
8 weeks ago,
you see where he's going with this.
You've given out one degree, and that is to Cheyenne Bryant.
Was the school created to give her a degree?
I'm just saying, because if the only person who's ever gotten a degree from this institution is Cheyenne Bryant, and it's funny because he said it like she was the exception. Like, we do all of these other things on a regular basis, but we made an exception, this one time for, Cheyenne Bryant. Wait a minute. No. The only person who's ever gotten a doctorate from your institution is Cheyenne Bryant. Oh no, baby. What is you doing? That ain't what you want. That's not. Oh no.
Only been open for 8 or 9 weeks. How have you been able to do an earned doctorate? I mean, I understand an honorary doctorate because that's based on life contributions, social contributions, status, etc. But an earned doctorate is usually done through coursework. You couldn't do coursework in 2 months.
When did Miss Cheyenne actually do any of the coursework required for this supposedly earned degree at this brand new university?
Yeah, I'm very.
Okay. This might be me, but I'm gonna just say this. As far as I know, any school that feels like you deserve it can give you a honorary degree. But for a earned degree specifically, you can't just get that from any school. You have to get that from the school that you actually earned the degree from, right? I mean, y'all can let me know if I'm wrong. That's just what I know.
With what's required of an earned doctorate usually takes 4 to 6 years. But as a private Christian university, we actually reserve the right to waive traditional policies and procedures.
What?
How we conducted that particular decision was we initiated a process called prior learning assessment and credit for prior learning.
Prior learning?
And what that is that is an assessment on one's previous work in the field of psychology or theocentric psychology. And that is a process where we grant credits based on their vocational experience, their career background.
What did they assess?
There was also a forensic analysis conducted on the therapy sessions and life coaching sessions conducted by Cheyenne Bryant, and she has approximately 20 or more publicly available.
They did a forensic analysis on her therapy sessions that were posted online, but didn't look into her actual transcripts from Argosy. They watched her videos with Cam Newton and Shannon Sharp and decided she had learned enough to be worthy of a doctorate, even though she can't pronounce doctoral.
The word today is doctoral.
And we made the assessment based on her prior learning and her work in the field of psychology to provide her with this Doctor of Psychology, theocentric psychology degree.
So they gave her a degree because they like her. She didn't have to do any work to get it. That's an honorary degree, not an earned degree.
Not an earned degree.
Nothing wrong with an honorary degree, but he's pretending that his honorary degree is earned. And I don't know what Miss Cheyenne did to earn it.
We decided to take the step up and give her what she rightfully earned. We were compelled by her story about Arkansas University not providing transcripts and not having records.
Wait a minute. The story about Argosy not providing her transcripts is bullshit. Many people who went to Argosy and many other places have shown us it's still possible and easy to get transcripts from Argosy. So he's stepping up to solve a problem that doesn't exist. He's taking her lie as truth.
We stepped up and gave her transcripts and her degrees.
Why did you look at any of her transcripts?
I didn't have access.
Why not?
to them.
Why not?
That is a very tedious process to even acquire someone's transcripts. I have to contact previous universities.
Tedious?
You just go online and you type the name, you enter it, you give them like I think a small fee. It takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wasn't able to do that.
So you did no due diligence.
However, we
You know, I love when people answer questions like that when they really just want you to hurry up and shut up. Because they know what you're saying is true, but they like, yeah, okay, well, I didn't do that. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you.
we are aware that she does have a master's in psychology.
You are?
From the University of Phoenix, based on the viral Netflix video that she posted. If you look closely in the background, you'll see her master's of psychology degree.
So you confirmed her master's degree by zooming in on a Netflix video.
No. Why? Oh my God. No, you did not do that. Oh my goodness. Now you got an institution. Come on, man. Listen. We need more Black institutions. You can't be out here, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like trying to go out here for Cheyenne Bryant and throwing it all away for her, man. Come on, man. This ain't even cool, bro. Not you found out because you was looking at the Netflix video and you had to zoom in. Oh, shit. I think I see it in the background. That look like, bro, don't they look like? Yeah, it is. Oh shit! I ain't even. Okay, you know what? We gonna send her one. That's what we gonna do. Listen, bro.
Master's degree by zooming in on a Netflix video.
Yes.
But she never said she had a problem getting her transcripts from the University of Phoenix. This is where I started to say, I think Miss Cheyenne put this man up to it. I think she got him to do this.
Also, we did confirm her attendance at the doctoral level. Of her participating in courses at Arkansas University as a doctor, as there are various students who stated that she was in the same class. So that's verification that she attended doctoral level classes at Arkansas University.
Is it?
You're giving her credit for having been in class?
I mean,
how did you connect with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? How did this happen?
Who called who first? I'm just waiting for him to say she called him.
Basically, you were saying if she don't have a degree, instead of crapping on her, we're gonna get her the degree. We're gonna
get her a degree because she's our sister. And what occurred?
Nothing occurred.
The narrative that she projected is unfortunate.
The only unfortunate thing that happened was she lied.
I'm not someone who's going to try to fact check on whether or not what she said is true or not. That's not my job.
I think that is definitely your job if you're going to give her a degree.
It's kind of your job if you're going to be out here, you know, kind of like staking your whole institution on her and everything. I mean, you do want to know, you know, who you are associating with your institution. I'm just saying.
He said there was a university who fraudulently manipulated her.
But the only fraud and manipulation was from her.
And not at one time did no one step up and say, this is our sister. We're going to try to help you get your degree, or we're going to try to help retrieve your degree.
She's not a victim of the system. She's a liar who didn't earn an advanced degree and pretended she did.
Instead, the masses criticized her, and not one university stepped up and gave her an earned degree. Not one stepped up and said, hey, we could attempt to acquire the transcripts in the National Student Clearinghouse and see what type of credit she got and grant her access, grant her credits.
Why did someone need to step up when the issue is that she was caught lying.
She endured extenuating circumstances.
No, she did not.
Okay. Let me just say this though. I will say this, right? I feel like if this whole thing is not just, you know what I'm saying, something that him and Cheyenne put together, which it could possibly be. They could be like, hey, look, this is what we gonna do. All right, we're going to get a whole bunch of views. We're going to get a whole bunch of attention. We're going to do that, right? It could very well be that, right? But if it ain't, I will say I feel bad for him because he seemed genuine in what he's trying to do. I feel like genuinely, he seemed like he's like, hey, I'm really just, you know, she went through all of this. She went through all this backlash. If there's some way I can help. And, you know, I would put him out there and be like, nah, he just really just doing this for the clout. But I would say this, right? Yes, first of all, because he did get a whole bunch of attention based on this. However, it's a Christian institution. It's one of those things where, you know, he didn't necessarily have to do it. He could have taken the opposite approach and still kind of gotten clout from it or whatever. So, okay, I'll give him credit for that. If he really is genuine, I do feel bad for him because some of the stuff that he's saying, it's kind of like, oh, poor baby. No, it's not. It's really not. Oh, no.
I verify if she had the earned degree from Argosy.
He can't be certain she earned a degree from Argosy.
What occurred to her was very devastating.
No, she told us that a dog ate her diploma.
She didn't go through a tragedy. I mean, she got caught lying. That was what happened.
Nothing heartbreaking has happened here. Okay.
And the crazy part is she got caught lying because she got on a show and was like, people don't really need certification for stuff anyway. What do you even really need certification for stuff anyway? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then the host was like, wait a minute. Aren't you a doctor? But wait a minute. You saying you got a degree? Well. And then, you know, everything unfolded from there. So, you know, it's kind of like, it wasn't a tragedy, okay? It wasn't trauma. It wasn't traumatic. It happened because she was running her mouth.
At this point, I'm assuming he's her friend or she put him up to this.
Spoken to her directly since the school's been open?
No.
Okay, so you've just spoken to her in life. You haven't spoken to her as president of the university.
Yes, correct. And this was actually a surprise.
Does she know? Oh, so she didn't even know you gave her this degree.
She doesn't even know.
What?
Oh,
So he just did this all by himself? Why?
How much does it cost to get a PhD out there?
It cost $75,000.
How much did she pay?
Not a dime, I bet
She
you.
didn't pay a dime. It was
See,
on the
So
house.
this is kind of like an ad for. This is kind of an ad for
Hey,
your.
nobody is considering this. Maybe
your
he thinks she
university
cute or something like that. Nobody
this
thought
is an
about that.
ad for
Everybody
his
jumped to all these other
university.
conclusions.
It's
Maybe
already
he
been
liked
mailed to
her
her
for
PO
real.
box. Her PO box is public
Because
information.
it could be
and I've
that he
already mailed
could be
her
like, you know
copy
what
of the
I'm saying?
degree
If
and
she
her
get this
transcript.
free degree,
Wow.
she might be trying to.
You think she gonna use it?
I'm just saying that could always be the case.
I swore we were going to find out that she was behind all of this.
You know?
But right now it looks like
Nah,
this
Thor, we still
man
ain't figure out if
did
she
this
was or
all
not.
by himself.
We still don't know.
This circus grows wilder
bruh, we
by the
coulda just
day.
said that.
Dr. Alleged Bryant.
Over a month ago, I came to you and apologized for platforming Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Not soon after that, I received an email, a cease and desist, not to mention her name or to speak to the controversy. I scanned down to the bottom, and it was not from a lawyer, not from an attorney, not anybody who was barred. It was from Cheyenne Bryant herself. I received this email
Dang, her signature
on
and
yesterday
everything.
from Dr. Jaquel Pitts,
At least he
who
announced
is serving as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University, who said to me in writing that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has just received her PhD in theocentric psychology. The whole state does not recognize an Indiana Southwestern Christian.
Now, from what I understand, that particular degree that he's talking about, theocentric psychology, it's kind of more like being a spiritual life coach, more so than actually being a psychologist. So that would be the actual degree. So it wouldn't be actually a psychology degree, even that they would be granting her with, right? So that was what
University.
I ended up finding out
I
about
send a one-line email. Who are y'all accredited by? And he sent me back this. Accreditation Religioso. I don't know what this means.
There's a lot of people with titles. Folks are getting honorary doctors like candy at a candy store now,
they sure
which I am against. I only received mine because I have an academic doctorate that I said, hey.
Girl, hold up. She just sat here talking about, oh yeah, I'm just against people giving out degrees and they just giving it out like candy from a store. They just giving out, you know what I'm saying, honorary degrees, and I'm just against that. You know what I'm saying? Holla. Because come to find out, all your degrees is honorary. So, woo, that's just not a good look, boo. Netflix does a documentary on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. It's so she really ain't talking about. Episodes 2 and 10 will investigate why complete jealous, envious haters try to prove she wasn't. Boo. No, you
didn't. Is this my camera? Oh, this is my camera? Oh, this is my camera?
C-A-P. Cap.
Let me tell you something. First of all, she not getting a Netflix special, okay? But I realized, it's a trend. So I realized other people are doing it. I just ain't never seen nobody else do it. I've only ever seen a handful of people do it, but it seemed like she really took it seriously and she really used it to try to capitalize off this whole, like, you know, is she a doctor thing or whatever. Like, okay, I get that you wanted to, like, make a joke out of it or, you know, capitalize off of it. I mean, do your thing, boo. But, I mean, really, okay. And
took me 12 seconds to find.
Somebody posted this. Oh, my God. Like, did she just really go find this on Amazon?
$83.
Hell to the no. To the no. Hell no.
You know about to keep playing in my face.
Look, wait a minute. 50 Cent said, damn, Shorty was a fraud, no degrees. Professional bullshitter. Now, listen, this is what's funny. Because she liked to tell the story about her and 50 Cent, how she slid in this inbox looking for a book deal and you know what I'm saying, all of that different type of stuff. And she talked to him on the phone. And the first thing he said when she picked up the phone was like, you really got all them degrees? And she's like, yes, of course. Now I know he like, this bitch.
Produce the document. Show us footage. Give me the receipts.
She ain't gonna do it.
Or we don't want to hear this. What Monique say? If you're not gonna put a name to it, keep it on the playground. This is childish.
Dr. Alleged Bryant.
Dr. Alleged Bryant. But man, let me tell y'all something. I feel like this, right? In general, about the whole thing, because I had to come up with a summarization of how I feel about this whole thing, because I feel like overall, right? I've seen different people have different viewpoints on it. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest ones was Dr. Umar Johnson, and he really kind of felt like, you know, he don't understand why everybody's pressed on the whole degree thing, because, you know, as somebody who earned his degree, you know, he's like, well, you know, I mean, whether she has her degree or not, it don't bother nobody, you know, she not hurting nobody. And it's like, yeah, but she is practicing, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you what the real truth of the matter is. The real truth of the matter is this. Can I tell you a secret? Let me lean in so I can tell y'all a secret real quick. I think that Black people are less concerned with the fact that she was practicing without a degree. Can I just be for real with y'all? Let me just be all the way for real with y'all. I think we was less concerned with the fact that she was practicing without a degree, more concerned with the fact that she didn't have to act like she had a degree. She didn't have to act like she was a doctor. She didn't have to come in as a doctor. You know what time period we're a part of? Everybody's getting online and giving their opinions. Shit, I'm on here giving my opinion right now. As a matter of fact, I feel like people are actually on here giving advice and different stuff like that. You don't have to come on here and act like you're a doctor. That's the thing. I think it was that part of it that just made people like, really, that shit was so fake for no reason. And I think that the biggest part of it, the thing that made it so like just super corny, is that she was peacocking behind this shit. She was going on the different shows. And I mean, she was talking down on these niggas like, according to my degree. You know what I'm saying? No. You need to be quiet while I'm speaking because I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about she was disrespecting people. She was talking crazy based upon this fake ass degree. She was really going in. And the problem is that now that it then came out that the degree is fake as shit. The problem is now she just was like, I'm not saying anything. Oh, no, bitch. You don't get to just be quiet now. Now you want to shut up. Now that it came out that, you know, you don't really have the degree that you've been walking around talking about you got. And I think that the biggest problem is that, you know, when you walk around that level of you know, confidence and arrogance, I would even say more so. I would say when you walk around with that level of arrogance and you walk around and you are, you know what I'm saying, putting your opinion above other people's based upon this degree that you do not have. And you're using that as your premise, basically for the level of high that you're standing on above everybody else. And then come to find out the shit is fake as fuck. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, now you can't expect everybody to not like, really? And I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this, man. I think she didn't spend enough time bullshitting. If she don't show it, ain't no reason why she shouldn't get canceled. I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, that you would cancel anybody else would get canceled. Now, let me say this. I'm not for cancel culture. I don't believe in people getting shut down. But I do believe that she would call for somebody else to get canceled in this particular case. And she would call them a hypocrite. And she would do all of this different type of stuff. So if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Don't come on here saying something that you don't actually, you know what I'm saying, that you're not actually, you're representing something that you aren't actually. Okay, see, I can't even talk. What am I talking about? Don't come in here trying to represent something that you're not. There we go. And then get mad when people call you out on it and then act like you don't have to explain yourself, because that's just not how it works. You know what I'm saying? But I think at the end of the day, man, this whole thing does not help her case at all. I think that it really makes it so much worse. It makes it so much worse. I know bro was trying to help in whatever capacity. I think it made it so much worse. I actually hope that this helps him and it gets some people, you know what I'm saying, hip to his institution, if anything. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that it will save her ass. You know what I'm saying? If that was truly the purpose, I don't think that's going to happen. But I always want to hear what everybody thinks about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be just the only one yapping, because I can go. You know what I'm saying? I've always been told that I can talk. But you know what I'm saying? If anybody feels anything, I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? If anybody feels anything about this, y'all let me know. Because I'm just saying, as I'm looking at everything from a holistic perspective, I just think a lot of people are more mad about the fact, not that she didn't have the degree, or that we just don't believe in people practicing without a degree, or we just want people to be so, you know what I'm saying? No. I think everybody was more mad that she tried to use it to act like she was better than everybody. And then, you know what I'm saying? She talked crazy to people. She was disrespectful. She was disrespectful to black men. You know what I'm saying? She was, you know, basically on some slick male bashing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then she came through and turns out it wasn't even real. And then now she's just coming to a whole new level of arrogance in her Super Saiyan arrogance journey and just I'm just not going to say anything. I don't have to explain myself. And it's like, no, yeah, you do, bitch. You do got to explain yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for anybody else, people will be calling for them to be canceled. And so you can't just try to act like, okay, I don't have to say anything. You put yourself in the public eye, and this is a very opinionated world. And this is a world where it's very easy for people to just say and throw out, oh, we just want to cancel a person. So you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to expect from yourself what you would expect from everybody else, because she knows she got expectations from everybody. She will call somebody a hypocrite in a minute. She will call somebody this and that in a heartbeat. And so, with that being the case, you can't be now like, oh, why are all these people talking about me? You can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? But I did throw a poll out there to say, is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant a real doctor? Dr. Alleged Bryant, as Corey was saying. And I see somebody put yes. I think you was trying to be funny. Mr. Free Cheyenne Bryant, Mr. Free Dr. Cheyenne. But for anybody else that might be watching this afterwards, if you want to, throw it in the chat. Yes, no, what you think. Always I welcome the comments and let me know, y'all. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to kind of sit and go through all of the videos with y'all and just kind of, really also talk about, just kind of what I think is the general reason why people really feel a way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's less about the actual degree. I was watching another video and somebody was saying, well, why is everybody pressed about, if she has a degree? And especially, when Dr. Umar talks about it, because he's like, yeah, this is a racist system, and the system is trying to make it to where, they have to regulate everything that we do. And that's the reason why they want us to have these degrees and all of this stuff, which I understand. Listen, I come from that whole mindset as it relates to, doing things without having to kiss ass and do things for the system. Absolutely. I'm not pushing for it to be like, oh, she had to have a degree. I'm saying don't perp like you got the shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't come in the door, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and then when somebody call you out on it, and they're like, wait a minute, there's not even no validation behind this doctor. You know what I'm saying? What she could have did was be like, yeah, but I'm going to call myself doctor anyway. But no, when you still try to push it and be like, no, I have a doctorate. Or as she says, doctoral. You know what I'm saying? So if you still want to go along with that, then come on. I'm just saying, and the reality of it just really comes down to the fact that, she got caught up. It just keeps getting worse. She just keeps digging herself further in the hole. And at some point, you think she would stop. You think she would be like quick before the hyenas come. I don't know. But like I said, I'm always looking forward to reading the comments and seeing what y'all got to say, because this situation been going on for a little while now. I thought the 50 Cent thing was interesting because 50 always gonna have something to say. But I know that at first, he was rocking with her and everything. So, once he jumped into this and was like, yo, she is nah, I can't associate with that. She a fraud. Don't put my name in that. Nope, I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. Some people waiting to stab you in the back. Some people waiting to, fake like they a doctor. And somebody was saying also, her daddy was a hustler. I think Torre even said that at one point. Was talking about that on his show. Like, her daddy was a hustler and everything. And, maybe that's what she, really is trying to pull off in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? She trying to the scamming shit is just in her blood. You know what I'm saying? Where all my scamming ass bitches at? I don't know. But maybe that's what she's trying to get into, because this is a mess. I don't know. This is a whole mess. Like I said, from the rip, that's how I felt anyway from the rip. I felt like she was just disingenuous from the rip. And I feel like now it's just really all coming to the surface. But thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you to everybody who was, hopping in and out of here. I appreciate everybody who sat in here with me, even if it was for a little bit of time. I am working on going live, okay? So please be patient with me. I am just now starting up at this, and I'm excited about my journey as far as the whole thing with streaming. So I appreciate it. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. Please leave your comments, and I'll see y'all next time.